Hi guys, Toad here, and this is my Q&A. Just another quick look on the channel. Alright, we got first question, Matt Burdekin, and he's asked, if you had a chance to go to any football ground in the world, where would it be? Well, I think I might be going to a new camp next year, so I'm not going to say that. I've always wanted to go to one of the Scottish ones. I'd like to go to a Celtic Rangers match at the Celtic ground. I just think that'd be an awesome atmosphere, and the aggression and the passion coming from the crowd. I think that'd be a pretty awesome place to be. But if you're talking about actual stadium quality, I've always wanted to go Old Trafford. I just think that'd be a good place to go, and also the Emirates, which I haven't been to because Derby don't get in the Premiership that often, and when we do, we lose a lot, and it's not very fun to go to. Um, Nathan Fennell has asked, what your YouTube name? Well, first of all, his spelling and grammar is awful, but I actually have a YouTube channel. It's called The Toad Gaming. Yeah, just made it the other day, just so I can put my own stuff on there, but I had my Pontyclun save on there, but obviously I'm going to have to go and delete that now. I'm just going to start the page all over again, and then yeah, just start it again and put some new stuff up. I haven't got any money, I don't earn money, so I can't buy games for the computer and record that because I don't have any HD PVR or anything like that. So yeah, Kyle Brown has asked, why did you call yourself Toad? Frog's not good enough for you. Well, Toad's a long story. It's kind of evolved from a number of nicknames I've had at school from my friends. I did used to be called Mushroom Head because of the way my head was shaped. And yeah, because the mushroom in Mario Kart, his name is Toad, and like one day someone just went, like, "What's the name of the mushroom on Mario Kart?" And I was like, "Oh, it's called Toad." And then I've been called that ever since. All my friends call me it. A lot of people, some family members call me it. A few teachers have actually called me it in time to time. So it's kind of stuck. It's quite a good nickname to have. I like it, and I don't get offended by it. 5 favourite players to sign on Football Manager, and if I say his name, he wants me to say his YouTube as well. Well, Brandon Telford, thanks for that question. Your YouTube name is yeah, is just look on the status and look on there. But my 5 favourite players to sign on Football Manager. First has got to be Fergus Bell. That was a bit of an obvious one. It's only the last 3 saves I've done, but he's just good and young and just what could I call a dependent goal scorer. I can rely on him to score goals. That's first one. Second one would probably be Yaya Sanogo. I just like how he scores constant goals, and he's big, he's physical, and he's just a type of striker everyone wants. Third's got to be Carlos Fiera, I think, isn't it? I've forgotten his name, the one from Chivas. Oh, my mind's gone blank. But I like signing him. He's quite a constant goal scorer as well, and he turns into an absolute monster when he's older. I also quite like buying, what's his name, that big Rimana from Coventry. When you're a lower league team, he's about 100,000 when that's how much they ask for him, but he's worth over 1 million, which I think is a really good deal. And he turns into an absolute monster after about 3 seasons, and he could play very, very well at a championship level. And finally, 5th one. Ooh, who do I buy a lot on Football Manager? Pablo Cunago, the free agent. When you're a lower league team, he is just amazing to have in your team. He's Spanish, so he's got the flair. He can finish, and if you keep him fit, because he does get injured a lot on Football Manager, then he is a class striker at probably League 1 or lower League 1 level and below. Next question is from Ryan Ashwin. Who do you think would be the best successor to Sir Alex? Oh, well, that's a good question, really, because Sir Alex, not being nasty to him, but he's not got too many years left in him. A good successor, I think, either Ryan Giggs or Paul Scholes, just because of their Man United history. because you have to you have to be known at Man United to stay there. I mean, Sir Alex Ferguson, he didn't really do very well when he first joined Man United. He almost got the sack, I think, actually, until he won an FA Cup. Um, but I just think Paul Scholes or Ryan Giggs, or maybe them together, one as assistant. I just think like their Man United history and their knowledge of the club, how long they've been there, how long they've been part of it. I think they would be the best successors to Sir Alex Ferguson. Um, Ben Fretwell has asked 3 teams to get relegated from this Prem this season and why. Well, first one's going to be Norwich, even though they are my second team. Without Paul Lambert, they're gonna struggle this year. You could tell from that opening day defeat, they just weren't themselves. They weren't who they were under Paul Lambert with back-to-back promotions and a mid-table in the Prem. It was stupid, really, that whole saga. I mean, I know they wanted to keep him, but they should let him go because it's just disrupted the whole club. Players have wanted in and out, and it's just not really helped the squad. And I don't think that Houghton, the new manager, I don't think he's Premiership quality yet. I don't think he proved himself. I mean, he won the Championship with Newcastle, yes, but if anyone hadn't won the league with that Newcastle squad, I think they would have got a sack. So, yeah, that's one team to go down. Another team to go down, I'm going to say, I don't want to say it, but I'm going to say Reading. I just think that this year they're going to struggle. I mean, the players they've brought in, they're good, but they're not good enough to stay in the Premiership. I mean, people like, I know Guthrie's played for Newcastle and that, but I don't see like a strike force of Adam Lafondra, Jason Roberts, Simon Church, and Noel Hunt, or Pogrebniak, I guess, but they can't play him every game because he's very injury prone, as some of you might know. But yeah, I can't see Reading staying up, and the third team to go down, I'm just going to have to say, I'm going to say QPR. I think they'll go down this year. Their players, they just buy players. They don't have any sort of like things like you could say. Well, last year they had a good squad, good enough to come mid-table. They had better squad than like the likes of Swansea, the likes of Newcastle, and they just bought loads of players, put them together, and expected them just to click and just work. And that's not going to win or keep you in the Premiership. My best Football Manager moment, it's got to be. It's a tough one, really. I haven't had any great ones. I mean, coming 6th in the Prem with Wolves was a good one. Maybe winning the Asian Champions League with Ganyang in the not quick as I had in the first season, which was all right, and then promotion, winning the cup, and then winning the Champions League next year. I think that was my best achievement. I think. Yeah, because that was a challenge. I mean, I was lucky to win that. I mean, the way I got to the final and the way I won the final was just extraordinary. Yeah, I think that's my best Foot Manager moment. RDM has asked, why is he better than me at Football Manager? Because he doesn't have a life, and that's the only thing he does in his spare time. Tom Dawson has asked, my favourite player and my favourite manager and why. Favourite player, if I excuse all the Derby County ones, it's got to be Dirk Kuyt. I just love his work rate, how hard he works. I know you can say like Park Ji-sung works hard and people like that, but Dirk Kuyt, he's not actually that fit compared to other people. He just runs his balls off for 90 minutes, comes off the pitch twice as knackered as everyone else, and he always seems to make an impact, even though he isn't the best footballer in the Premiership, we can admit that, but he scores vital goals and he's always in the right place at the right time. Favourite manager? I quite like Paul Lambert. Pardon me. I like Paul Lambert. I like his philosophy. I mean, everyone said about Swansea playing a good football last year, but I don't think many people will notice that Norwich played some very good football as well. They did actually moved the ball around, not as well as Swansea, but they moved it around well for a team who had just come up from the Championship, and people didn't expect to be in the Premiership. I don't think anyone actually expected them to be in the Championship this year, last year. But I like Paul Lambert. I like the way he gets Norwich. Gets his teams playing, and I'm confident Aston Villa will stay up this year with Paul Lambert in charge. My most embarrassing moment is probably got to be getting caught having a dump in school by all my friends. Yeah, that was quite embarrassing, but I was desperate and it needed to be done, and I'd rather get caught doing it than shit myself and have everyone laugh at me for that. Ronaldo or Messi, asked by... Oh, that's not... it was asked by Carl Brown again. I don't know, really. I mean, I think Ronaldo's better. I know people are probably going to hate me for this, but I prefer Ronaldo. I think he's... If you think of all the things, like Messi's got better dribbling, yes, and what else has he got better than Ronaldo? He's better agility. I wouldn't say he's got better speed, but that's about it, really. I mean, Ronaldo has strength, height, heading. I would have thought he's got a better shot as well. I mean, he's got a better free kick. He's got a more powerful shot, and he doesn't just blast it. It does actually go where he wants it to go. I think he's quicker than Messi, and I think he's less dependent on his actual teammates. I mean, I know people will say like Messi does all these dribbles and that, but a lot of his goals come from great passes from Xavi, Iniesta, people like that. At Real Madrid, Ronaldo really, he just has to do it on his own. I mean, a lot of the time, he does get set up, obviously. He gets crosses and good balls and that, obviously, from Xabi Alonso and the likes of Di Maria and that. But it's not as often as Messi. If I could have one, I would have Ronaldo in my team. What's my all-time favourite keeper? I don't, because I'm not really a keeper myself, but my favourite keeper, ex-Derby keeper Stephen Bywater. He was a crap keeper. He was there when Derby got promoted to the Premiership. He was a crap keeper, but I just liked how he was just so aggressive, and he didn't care about anything. Like, he got so many chants about him, saying how crap he was, and he'd just stand there, and at the end of the game he might turn around and put his two fingers up at you or something. But I just liked how he could take banter. I think he didn't like get angry. He just laughed and went along with the crowd, and because the crowd used to call him a fat bastard when he wasn't actually that fat and stuff like that. But I just liked him as a person, not as a keeper. As a keeper, it'd probably be Edwin van der Sar. I just liked him as a keeper. I thought he was a quality keeper. And my favourite League One team. Now, I've got to actually think of who's in the League One at the moment. Oh, Edin Johnson asked about the keeper, by the way. Jasper Cleary's asked about League One team. Now, I'm a Championship fan. I know a lot of League One teams. It's got to be Portsmouth. I just like their history. And I know what they're going through at the moment with all the money problems and that isn't the best thing in the world. I don't think it's very likely that they're going to stay, but everyone's going to miss Portsmouth. I mean, most Football League fans will look and think, oh, it's not the same without Portsmouth. It's just their history. Like when they had Harry Redknapp and they had Defoe and Crouch and Crenshaw and all those good players, and they won. I think they won the FA Cup. I'm not sure. I think they won some. I don't know what I'm going on about now, but they did win something. I think. Oh, actually, I'm gonna have to research that. I don't know what I'm thinking about. But when they had Harry Redknapp, I liked them. And then they've had bad times because Harry Redknapp kind of fucked it up for them, really, didn't he? Spend all that money and then leaving, and then they went bankrupt like a week or two later. So, but yeah, it has to be Portsmouth at the moment. I like their history. That's basically it. Scooby Alley has asked United or City. Now, I at the moment I think your City are a better team, better squad, and probably got better individuals. But I prefer United just simply because they haven't spent as much as City in the last years. And let's face it, if City hadn't had their owners, would they be where they are now? And if United would still be where they are. They were top back then, and they're still one of the top teams now. City, they've bought their way to the top, And I know they're going to say like, oh, we couldn't really reject it, and it's not their thing. But the way they spent it, I mean, they just chucked all the old players out. They didn't just gradually progress. They just bought, and spent twice as much as everyone else. And that's part of the reason why I prefer Man United over City. There's no more questions there, actually. That's the end of my Q&A then. I hope you enjoyed it. Found out a bit more about what I actually think about football, a bit more about my Football Manager and stuff like that. I had fun talking to you guys on Amigo as well. Some of you had quite a laugh with. My Peterhead save, should have some more saves coming up. And I don't know, I have a few things I want to do for the channel. I don't know how I'm going to do them or stuff like that, or I've thought about it, but I don't know exactly yet. I'm waiting for it, all the admins to be available, and then I need to talk to them, and then we have something in store for you guys, I think. So yeah, that's basically what I'm going to try and do for the channel. But I hope you enjoyed my Q&A, found out a bit more about me. If you want one of the other admins to do it, like RDM or Potato Head or Wiggle when he's back from holiday, then leave a comment on this video or post on our wall. Send us an inbox, let us know, and maybe they'll slowly become braver and actually put their voice on the internet like I have, and become a man and become a proper, let's say a toad. Let's become a toad. But yeah, this is Toad, and this is my Q&A. See you in my next video, guys.